Beyond.
Beyond.
What's up, everybody? It
Mellow
is
Beyond.
another episode of Podcast Beyond.
Beyond?
Episode 80, I do believe.
80.
We can't say anything funny to that.
Hey,
Jeff.
Zizzles.
Yeah, okay, it's good enough. It's me, Greg Miller, editor. Editor-in-chief Chris Roper is at DICE. Alongside us, as always, Jeff Haynes, editor.
What's up?
Ryan Clements,
Hey,
associate
what's
editor. Nothing.
Oh,
Sam.
okay.
The
Yo.
Sam is how I was told. to
Hey,
do
what's
this.
going on?
And a very special guest.
Is it
Super
Mr. T?
special.
No, it's not Mr. T. Oh, God, please do not turn off the podcast. Mr. T is not here. We have the king of the PlayStation blog,
50
Jeff Rubenstein.
messages.
Sony Computer Entertainment America's social media manager.
Woo! Your show needed more Jeffs.
It
Exactly.
did. Actually, this does raise a good point that we cannot have two Jeffs on the show.
Oh.
It's already
There can
happened.
be only one.
It has already
There can
happened
be
where
only
I've
one.
said Jeff and you've both responded.
Will there be the quickening?
No, we need to really quick come up with a good nickname for Jeff Haynes. Just for the show.
Pieces pants.
No,
I'm going to kill all of
go
you.
well.
To hell with both of you. Ass crack.
Sam, I'm looking at you.
Let's call him Hainsey.
Hainsey?
No.
All right, Hainsey
Oh.
sounds good.
Actually,
Sure.
that's
Speaking
what,
of
Avi
which,
calls you, so
While walking
that works.
to the train today, I came up with the best idea we've ever had, and I can't believe it took us so long to do it. We need to, when you go out to demos, Jeff, you always have to take a tape recorder.
Wait,
and-
I'm going to demos?
Damn it! Hainsey!
Oh, man.
Damn it! All right, Hainsey, when
already
you go...
happened. I'm gonna
When
start
you
making
go to
a
demos or go
checklist.
anywhere, you have to take a tape recorder with you and do some kind of interview with somebody. It can be a good interview, it can be a bad interview, but I just want you to do it so that we can, in the show, add it to the rundown of segments, and then me and Ryan can go, oh, and so now it's time for another Jeff Haynes interview.
Beyond on location.
And then we will go, look who we got our Haynes on now.
Oh man.
It would be
All right, all right.
so perfect.
All right. Okay, cool.
Okay. Let's get it started here with the Roper Report.
Time for some news.
Roper's not here.
No, the Roper is not here. But there are a lot of little news bites to talk about. It was a big week, or maybe a big week for the PSN news.
Yay.
Of course, Zuma comes out today. Nobi Boy comes out today. But also, it was announced, or at least hinted at, Battle of Fantasia is coming to PSN.
Woo!
And there's going to be a classic, in quotes, Mad Hazard game coming to the PlayStation Network. In other news, Midway is no longer publishing Wheelman. Instead,
Oh,
Ubisoft is picking up the rights to that. Dead to Rights Retribution was officially announced, even though we already had it announced, but now it's official announced. There's a new Metal Gear Solid Online expansion coming in March. Pacific Rift patch went live. Tomb Raider's getting trophies, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Is it worth
Yay.
playing now on PS3? Okay.
What?
And Siphon Filter 5 is in development, kind of, maybe, sort of. There's a job posting up. Sony won't comment on rumors and
And there's a
speculation.
production
Jeff
house.
Rubenstein.
I do not comment on rumors.
Damn
and
you.
speculation.
And
God.
there's a production house listing it for credits, but still, there are no official announcements.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of a no-brainer, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you'd imagine.
successful franchise.
Well, see, the thing is that where does this pick up, Jeff? Are they gonna piggyback off of spoilers ahead? Logan's Shadow when it ends with Gabe shot in a gym.
You know,
Oh no.
Yeah.
I think
I
that
long play that yet.
That's your own
Oh,
fault.
well,
I've
you
waited as long
heard
as I
spoilers ahead.
can.
What
How
do you know?
many honors do we have to give a
Why didn't you
PSP
play
game
it
before
first?
some
I
people
don't
play?
You know, I think it would probably be like the smartest way to go because I think picking up from where the PS2 was would be a bad idea.
Yeah, obviously.
You didn't like the
but I
Omega
think
strain?
no, I don't think anybody with a
Online
sane,
co-op
rational
action?
mind liked that one because it was horrible. But I think what they were doing with Dark Mirror and Logan Shadow was excellent. So I think that would be the perfect way of crossing over from the PSP to the PS3.
Okay, thank
Good
you,
job, Ben,
Hainsey.
guys.
Jeff, what do you think? Did you play the PSP ones?
I did play the PSP ones. I thought they were great, and
Yeah,
they
they
had
were
me
awesome.
really excited for Retribution because I think that they're going to build on top of that engine and build
Right.
on top of the functionality with that.
How much Retribution have you gotten to see?
I have played, I think, the first 2 levels.
Nice. I've only played the demo stuff that we've seen since E3, but
Right.
like we're running the Resistance Reconnaissance on IGN PSP. See what
That's
I did
called
there?
a
Oh,
plug.
There you go.
I
That's
linked
a
up to
plug.
that.
Are we
And,
gonna do a little
yeah.
multiplayer,
Yeah,
next weekend?
exactly. Next week there's a multiplayer event, and but the videos look awesome. Like it really is getting me excited to go out and do it because it looks like it's gonna be great.
And apparently it's brought the word Retribution back, Dead to Rights.
Yeah,
Yeah, there
Oh,
you go.
yeah.
We're all about
that is true.
Well, it's sort of like
Fighters,
after we
man.
announced Quest for Booty, all of a sudden
Quest was
Age of
Quest-
Booty
yeah,
showed
Age
up.
of Booty. Yeah. Everything was bootylicious.
Yeah. All right, so do we even have to do a zombie blog next segment here?
You know, I think Zombie Blog Neck is possibly on vacation, but since we do have Jeff, who
The original.
updates the blog,
There you
and
go.
the blog usually winds up having the updates on what's going
Yeah,
on
I
on
guess.
PSN, we could actually go to a source.
Hey Jeff, what's the
Oh.
blog?
Do I have to do it in zombie fashion?
No, you don't.
You're very much
In fact,
alive.
we're
we haven't,
encouraged
we
not
haven't
to.
shot.
I don't really think there's enough brains to eat in this
No.
room.
If you
anyway.
can, if you can do it in a,
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
if If you can do it in like a
funny 'cause
Karnak
it's
voice
true.
from the old Carson.
No,
You really wanna try
no,
Oh,
don't
okay,
do it.
Okay.
All right. Well, coming up later on today, we're going to see the Mirror's Edge map packs. The free one came out a couple of weeks ago on the PSN, the PS3 exclusive one. The rest of them are purchasable today. We've been hearing a lot about the Burnout special cars, the legendary cars, the not DeLorean, the not Ecto One.
Yeah.
Those are coming out today.
Wait, they're coming out today?
Those are coming out
Today?
today.
Holy balls!
And it's
That's
like,
it.
it's like $2 or something ridiculously cheap. Like,
I think it's $2 per car. Although I do believe that there's a bundle
Okay.
for $7 something in that
You
realm.
just made my day. I did not know they were
man.
coming today.
you're gonna
Yeah.
be backflipping across the office for the
Well,
rest of the
yeah,
day.
That's
that
true.
won't happen.
And then there's a Little Big Planet Wipeout outfits
Oh,
and
yeah.
a mini
Yes.
pack there.
Those look pretty sweet.
And yeah, as you mentioned earlier, Nobi Boy. So I cannot wait to figure out
What the
that
hell
game
that
is.
game is.
We found out that asking Takahashi doesn't really clear
Make
that
any
up.
sense at all?
I'm just doing the trailer.
Okay, right.
Did anyone actually see the
I
trailer?
remember the
Did
trailer.
you guys?
I remember the trailer.
Best trailer
that's
ever.
it.
Music.
We're
Charles
just gonna
had-
leave him in the corner.
Charles
over here.
had that trailer on loop when we were in the hotel for like 6 hours.
Was he doing it to
And
annoy
it
you?
bit in your brain.
I think he loved the trailer so much he just wanted to hear that song, and so it would just be. It would get to a certain point in the song, and he'd do his like Charles laugh, where he's like, like that. He kind of laughs like that.
Okay,
He has,
okay,
an
okay.
infectious,
Alright.
he has an infectious deep laugh coming
I-
from his Canadian core, and yeah, and it's just. Yeah.
I don't think Charles likes me, and I've never really heard him laugh because of it. I think.
Oh no,
No,
I
I
think
know.
Charles likes you.
No, I don't. I think
No.
I've.
I like Charles.
I'm a bit of a strong personality, and I think Charles, he's much more laid back than I tend to be about anything.
I don't think that you should.
Are there any
suddenly
other
Bides his time and
PSN
then,
items?
Yeah.
Oh, the usual Rock Band and
yes.
I've heard of this game.
Guitar Hero
Okay.
downloadable content. Actually, weird track on their Average White Band this week. I'm really not sure how that's going to work.
Really?
I don't have a saxophone attachment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm waiting for Xylophone Hero.
Well, see, I'm still waiting to see exactly what they're going to do with like Guitar Hero Beatles, because like unless there's a sitar attachment, I don't know if we're going to have like.
Well,
The
we
perfect
just
way.
won't have any of their later stuff. That's all.
Supposedly you're
Yeah,
going
it's
through
supposed to be
their entire career.
whatever.
well,
So there has to be a sitar
I
attachment.
can't wait to get to the
Ryan
Pizza
Owens.
Hut commercial.
Anyway,
Before we jump on to another regular segment, this seems like as good a point as ever. Hey Jeff,
Pizza Hut
what the hell do you actually do?
Yeah,
Why don't we talk a little bit about this PlayStation blog? I've heard of this blogosphere.
it's all a fad. First,
Okay.
I want to
Yeah,
make
yeah,
that
yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
clear.
All
Your
of that.
job is a fad.
These blogs will be gone by 2010. Yeah,
Wow.
so everything you see on the PlayStation blog, I sort of function very similar to if one of you guys was working at PlayStation and you hear either office scuttlebutt or you go to some meetings and you're like, oh man, that sounds really cool. I want to find out about that. And then as much as I can, get that out to the readers. Try to connect the people making the games with the people playing the games. Yesterday we did a live chat with the guys at Guerrilla Games in Amsterdam.
That was awesome, actually.
So that was
Yeah.
really we figured, hey, let's give it a shot. The guys at Gorilla have been really great. They stayed late till like 10:30 at night. Their
Now,
time.
for people who didn't see it, that was actually embedded in the blog. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't you have to
That
click
was
through
cool
a third
tech-
party.
that
yeah,
was
it
cool
was
tech
right
to
in there.
use.
Yeah, it's actually Cover It Live as
Yeah.
a third party, application, and we worked with them, and we were like, are you gonna be able to handle the traffic we had? And we had something in the neighborhood of 2 to 3 questions per second
Wow.
coming through over the course of an hour. It was pretty insane. It was we were only limited by how much we could read because it was like
Right.
having an IM with like
Yeah.
10,000 people at the same time. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
coming through so fast, and we're like, that one was good. Yeah, it's gone.
oh.
Now, you were on the other end approving the questions that went up?
Yeah, there was a couple of us sitting around and
Yeah.
trying to grab them as quickly as we could, and then sending them off to the guy in Amsterdam who was helping out with this, Seb Downey, and then he was sending back the answers. And very quickly, we were like 9 questions behind, so he
Yeah,
was
of
doing his
course.
best. And
I noticed
That's something
mine
we're
made
gonna
it
do again.
through.
Yeah.
My question
It was very easy.
mine did
of
it.
how awesome is IGN?
It was very
Yeah.
easy for
That's
Greg
true.
to get
Yeah.
through.
that one we saw, it was funny because I mean, literally every 5 seconds, all the questions disappeared because it could only hold like
yeah.
150 comments at once. So anytime I looked up and I saw something, where someone probably didn't want it to go through because they were just trying to be an ass, I was like, get that through right now.
Nice.
So everyone that said, how come my questions aren't showing up? We made sure to get that one approved as quickly as possible. I'm sorry,
So
what
the
is
question
this?
itself
What are you
doesn't
talking
show
about?
up, but
But it was we learned a lot from doing it, and I think it's something we're going to do again.
Yeah, it was
Hopefully
really
as often as once a week, just because so many people are so into it. The great thing about doing this job is, and I'm sure you guys find this out as well, the PlayStation community is super excited, super involved in everything. And the chances of you putting out a story that no one's going to read doesn't
yeah.
exist because everyone is really into every little thing, and to a large extent, they know almost more about the product than you do, and they keep you honest. So that's why I love this, trying to do what we can to please the community as best we can.
So what is like an average day for you? I mean, do you just is it similar to what we do? I mean, you come in and call developers, try to figure stuff out.
There's a lot of that. I mean, we work a little bit ahead because obviously we know a little bit more. Like, the store update here, I knew that roughly a week ago.
Damn you.
And so, it was we were trying to get a hold of, because when we saw the same Nobi Boy trailer, we're like, what the hell is that? So we had to go through the process of trying to get Takahashi to write a post for us, and he actually wrote a couple of them. I think we're going to actually have one more. And to the extent that they cleared it up, it was the best explanation of the game that we had. So we're just constantly talking with, because everyone's pretty far flung. Retribution, as we were talking about, is getting made up in Seattle. God of War is down in LA. There's stuff getting made really across the world, Little Big Planet in the UK. So we're always talking to these people and saying, can we get just a little bit more? Can we get a little bit more of your time? And that's basically a lot of what we do. And then there's Twitter and Facebook and all the other faddish stuff
Who comes
that
up
we're
with
trying
Faddish
who
stuff.
picks all the different like apps, I guess, that you guys use? Or
That's
is that you?
really B, and we have a small team, and so we try to see what's working, what's not, and we're actually with Facebook, something we're going to be just to make it a little bit different than the blog is we want to make it all Killzone. So this, for the next month or so roughly, it's going to be all about Killzone and your experience, you being the consumer. So we're going to want people to send in their pictures of themselves picking up the game, if they pre-ordered it or if they're waiting in line somewhere. Send in pictures of that. Send in your video reviews, and we're actually going to go through, and we'll be announcing this in the next couple of days, picking out the best ones and hooking these guys up with some swag.
Or seeing the
swag.
best Hellgast outfit or something. And
Yeah, I
how
mean,
they
we had
take
people
over a
dress up
neighborhood.
because, what happened is on Halloween, to
yeah.
celebrate some Buzz Halloween question pack or horror pack, we were like, let's see if people will dress up as PlayStation guys, Sackboy or Buzz or somebody like that. And we were really surprised at the results, and really people put a lot of effort into it.
Kinda
And we had
ridiculous.
we had like a Hellgast, where the tubes were probably made out of like a vacuum cleaner tube or something like that. But the result was really cool, and the point is the effort was there. And so we want to reward that type of stuff. And if people are going to be huge fans, we want to recognize them. We want to let other people see them and we have a big voice. We have a loud voice. So we want to use that to, amplify the best members of the community.
So start working on your Hellgast costume now.
Yeah.
So
You have some extra time.
we were talking about the PlayStation community and how eager and excited they are and how much they open up a dialogue with you, which is awesome, and I agree. But there's one thing that really bugs me.
Uh-oh.
and I
About
wanna
me?
see it-
Because
no,
if that's the
no,
case, I don't
I'm
want
just
to hear it.
pointing because
So
I want
throw it
your
down.
input. I want to see if it bugs you too. I love when it was one of the medium molecule people or a PR person representing them will come on the blog, and this is usually when I see it, and they're like, "Yeah, we've got 5 new costumes, a pack of stickers, a few new levels, some more themes, all this stuff, and it's only like $4.99. It's gonna be great." And then the only comments I see are, "It should have been free." When it's like all this amazing content,
But
and
that's
it's like $4 is not a lot of money to spend for all this
Recession,
content. but-
Ryan.
I know, but still, $4
Pinch
for
and
all
pennies.
that.
Well,
buddy.
Little Big Planet does a good job at giving free stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
they do a lot of free
and those
stuff.
things are very quickly snapped up. But I think if you take the amount of comments of people criticizing it versus the amount of people that actually buy it, that's going to be a
Oh, yeah.
really
No, for
small
sure.
ratio.
I just-
So yeah, people are all, no matter what, if it was 99 cents for that or for any number that you put up there, it's always going to be too much money for somebody.
Yeah.
And you have to just accept that you're not going to be able to please everybody. We try to please as many people as we can, and we know, by the sales numbers and everything else, that these things are priced appropriately. And so if we don't please every single person, that's just something you have to live with. We try to make it as good as possible. And again, with Little Big Planet, so much free stuff is out there. And, I'm running around with my Year of the Ox Chinese New Year outfit. And, there's going to be
Oh,
plenty there
sure.
for you.
I think
Plus-
the cost schemes that you guys have for those are really reasonable, and with all the free content that they're pumping out for that, it's totally ridiculous.
Yeah, and they're just going to keep supporting it. I mean, I've
Yeah.
seen the calendar, and they're totally behind it. And that's the thing I love about this generation. of consoles is that the game is not over on the day it
Yeah,
ships.
you're constantly in touch with it. I like that, and I think that goes along with the community that we were just talking about as well. Like
Mhm.
especially as rabid as PlayStation fans are on our side as on yours. Speaking of which, what is your site too? You haven't actually plugged the HTML.
Oh, sure. It's actually, and I really don't like our URL, but it is what it is. It's blog.us.playstation.com .org/index.html. No, just type in PlayStation blog into Google.
Yeah.
It's going to pop right up, and that's what I just tell people.
You guys break a lot of stories, obviously, so just about daily, I'd imagine we link to you. So you can always find it on IGN.com.
and we link to you as well.
You do, yeah. That's actually one of my
Synergy.
favorite parts about you guys is that you link to IGN. No, that you link to a whole bunch of sites, everything. So it was one of the things. I mean, if you aren't, if you read Destructo but you don't read One Up, or you read One Up but you don't read IGN, or you read IGN, but you can catch the main stories that affect you there.
Right. Well, I mean, there's no point in putting opinions on the PlayStation blog. You know where you're coming. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit there and put a post up there every day that says, "Hey, PlayStation's great, love it." This is the best game of all time. Obviously, I do feel that way for almost every game we put out. I think is awesome because I mean, I work there for a reason, and it's it's not just the paycheck. I love working for PlayStation, but me reviewing a game is useless. So that's why if you guys love Loco Roco too, I'm gonna link to you and be like, look, you guys are trustworthy.
Yep.
Read this story. You don't hear from me. Take it from the people who are paid to review these games objectively.
Do you miss that stuff? Because for those that don't know, you came from our background here.
Yeah. I mean,
You miss being able to review
I
stuff?
would have dreamed of been working here when I was working at a newspaper and a small blog in Florida, and it was a lot of fun. The one thing I don't miss is that when you have to review and you have to hit a deadline, you sort of cross that line between enjoyment and work.
Yeah.
And as it is, I still have a stack of games, and you want to get through them and you want to play them all. I don't miss having to. I have to beat this game in one day.
Right.
Sometimes you want to just savor it and enjoy it, or play a game that you want to play. I have the ability to see a game that I have no interest in and not have to play it now. And I know I'm sure you've all had to play games that you really just don't have a tremendous interest in.
That's basically my job here.
Yeah.
I come in and play stuff.
I hear the collective weeping of the audience. Where can donations be made to?
The
Sam Bishop
Save
Fund?
the Sam Fund.
Making
yeah,
checks
yeah.
out.
Save the Sam Fund.
Save Sam Sanity.
We'll get Sally Struthers to be the.
That'd be awesome.
For 1 cent
Have
a
her
week.
like
For 1 cent a
That
week, you can
weepy
save a
voice.
Sam.
For
only
1 cent a
15
week.
cents a day.
Sam can drink
joking about
Rockstar
Sam Bishop?
Energy.
No, I want that dude who does that really sweet bearded dude
yeah,
who
yeah,
does
yeah.
Christian Children's Fund.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Only pennies on day, and you can save this child.
Yeah.
That's the worst part though. Is that I live
Patricia
in San
doesn't know
Francisco.
about toothbrushes. Influenza.
So it'd be like for just $100 a day, you can help this ailing
You can help
freelancer.
this entire nation.
Can we show pictures of you improving like month to
Yes,
month?
exactly.
Get your
So
life
if you donate $100 a day, then you get a nice little glossy picture in the
And a
envelope
t-shirt.
and a
Yeah.
handwritten note from me.
Oh.
And
With
a
like
t-shirt
little
of Sam.
backwards R's and funky S's and stuff, just to make it authentic. And
Let's
Thanks
to
to
be
your
totally
donations,
fair.
Sam has only had to play AAA titles this month.
Oh.
To be
I've
totally
actually-
fair, we're not
yeah,
bashing the Christian Children's Fund or any organization that contributes
I
money
was.
to where it needs.
Oh.
Sam,
I'm
hey,
kidding.
hey.
I'm kidding. Good
Except
Lord.
for Sally Struthers, then we are.
She's still alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's just curious. I don't actually see her anywhere.
All right, we
Well, this
just
changes
too far off
everything.
topic.
No, we're not. Anyway.
PlayStation
Anyway,
blog's
anyway,
awesome. Go
should
check
we-
it out.
Thank
yes.
Now it's time for the official IGN list of upcoming PlayStation software, all by 3 platforms by IGN editors.
Wow.
was fast.
Huge week for game releases.
Woo!
PlayStation 2 gets Sing It, High School Musical 3, and then some other stuff comes after. I'm kidding. PlayStation 3 gets Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
PlayStation Portable gets Prinny.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's
Get a
also, like we
hero.
said, PSN games such as Zuma and Nobi Nobi Boy.
No.
This, of course, leads us to
Pick of the week.
Pick of the Week. Ryan,
I mean,
Jeff.
is there any contest?
Yeah, I was gonna say you two are
Prinny's cool,
among the people I know in the world who've played the most Street Fighter.
What?
Oh yeah.
Ryan reviewed it, of course. Jeff is addicted to it.
25 hours.
I think we need to
Yep.
play after this.
I've got
Oh, yeah,
25
well,
hours.
I hereby
25
challenge
hours.
Sam
you.
is 25
Gauntlet.
hours, everybody.
I love that
Bro,
game.
You're gonna
you will
win.
own
he said
him.
Buy
that.
it.
You will own him.
Please.
Yeah.
I have to now. No, you were supposed to say he would beat me.
You will own him.
I'm trying to
Okay,
build it
good.
up.
All right,
It's
look,
like,
dude. I've owned you multiple times.
Oh.
No,
before.
you
Oh, man.
haven't.
Absolutely, I
As
have.
someone who's had a glimpse into reader mail future, a lot of people have things to say to you, Clements.
Exactly,
Oh.
Clements.
I'm
but-
ready.
Let's talk on you two real quick. Not you, Sam. Sit up. Shut up. Why is Street Fighter so good, Jeff?
It takes everything. If you've never played anything since Street Fighter 2, I skipped Street Fighter 3 entirely. It's like riding a bike,
Okay.
and I didn't think I could ever be at age 31 so into a fighting
Oh,
game.
You are old.
I am hideously old. When I open my
I
mouth,
wouldn't
there's
have. I wouldn't have
cobwebs.
said. I wouldn't have said hideously old, but
Oh, you're older?
no,
No.
not at all.
Sad.
No,
Oh, God,
he's
no.
the
I'm
youngin.
the baby of the PlayStation
He's
team.
the youngin.
Might as well just be wearing a diaper.
Pretty
which I
much.
am.
I have tried to make you.
Which you are.
Ryan, why is Street Fighter good? You gave it a 9.3.
3, yes,
9.3.
because it's awesome and it can be enjoyed on a number of levels. Like Jeff said, if you have not played a Street Fighter in a really long time or ever, you can just go in there, boom, it's almost instantaneous. You can just like mess around, do some of the basic moves because the quarter circle moves are almost universally known to gamers. But it also has all the depth that you would expect from like a really high class fighting game with cancels and all these sorts of different defensive and offensive strategies and the mind games you can play. And
It looks pretty as well.
It also looks pretty.
It's a
Very
pretty game.
It just
I
runs.
can
It
finish.
runs so nicely.
Yeah.
It's just very.
It's crazy how muscle memory works though, because within like about I don't know half an hour of adjusting to some of the timings and stuff in that game, because you have to hit some of the punch and kick buttons a little bit earlier than you used to. Everything else, I was just doing it without even thinking.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah, that game's awesome.
And how about the voiceover announcer? That guy just
Oh,
cracks
yeah.
that. Violence is a beautiful thing.
The tension is palpable, like my sadness. No, yeah, we have a running gag about that guy. How he's probably locked in a room at
Yeah.
Capcom, and he's actually
Getting
like being
electroshocked.
fed. Yeah, like he's being fed through tubes, and he's been on like an iron lung for 14 years, and like so we
There's
feel bad
the first
for that
hit, and the fight has begun.
guy. He's very chatty. We were surprised at how much that man talks in that game, but I mean, it works.
He's got nothing else.
All
That's
right.
he's
Yes,
going for.
they stole my family from me.
The big held
my,
captive.
my favorite was when Charles was like, "I've never seen the sun." Anyway,
Oh,
I'm
God.
sure he's a nice guy and has a totally normal life.
So yeah, Street Fighter 4, easy pick
Of the week.
Moving on. Just the tip.
Just the
Oh
tip.
no.
Yes, just
Now that everybody has Street Fighter trophies there, Ryan, are they easy? Can you give us any tips on
Um,
getting Street
Ryan,
Fighter trophies?
Ryan does not earn trophies.
Yeah, I
To
know,
be
yeah.
totally honest, I would not. Besides looking over the list of when I first started playing,
Yeah.
I did not even bother because it just said you have not earned a trophy.
Yeah, do you want to explain that? People were
Yeah,
asking
yeah.
about that.
People do not freak out. It's not because the game is broken. It's because
Well,
in
to
order,
explain real quick, if you watch our Street Fighter videos,
Yes.
a lot of times just randomly it'll pop up.
a
and
lot
say,
of
"You
time.
have
It's
not
all
earned
the
a trophy."
time. All the time you did not earn a trophy in the corner. The game is not actually trying to make fun of you. It's because in order to do our character coverage, because we had to start right away, Capcom gave us a file with all the characters available so we can take video and start capturing all the stuff of the different characters. And when we did that, the game recognized that we had brought foreign data onto the console, which was not like originally part, something like that, and thus it instantly started denying, trophy unlocks. I guess to protect people from cheating and stuff. And so, because when I originally played the game, there was no problems with the trophies. I got like 2 or 3 just by playing normally.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
that
yeah.
being said, the trophies in this game are ridiculous.
They are absolutely insane. You'll get like there's normal like do like 100
Some of 'em
super
are easy.
finishers. Yeah, like there's
Well,
stuff
yeah.
you'll normally get. But then like the high end stuff in that game is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah,
You
playing
actually-
against a lot of them are unlocked playing through the arcade mode,
Yeah.
and there are 8 levels of difficulty. You want to crank it down to easiest,
Yeah,
just to
absolutely.
unlock the guys, and
Right.
even then, Seth can be a bit of a pain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll take a couple hours if you set it at like 1 round on the easiest difficulty setting. You just sit there and mash like one button until you kill everybody. It still takes.
In order to get the game's
Ridiculous number.
platinum, you actually need to pay Seth Killian to come in and play the game for you.
With one hand.
One-handed.
With one hand.
There are trophies for getting like the optional bosses that you unlock when you play through it on the hardest difficulty level without dying. So it's absolutely
insane.
It would
Trophy
be
whores beware.
I will
platinum.
If you're
Yeah.
playing this game for the trophies, though, you're missing the point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
All right. Well, if you are looking to play a game for trophies, and we're back to talk a little bit more about Sonic's Ultimate Genesis.
Yes!
Collection.
Oh, yes.
Everyone remembers Roper and I gave some tips last week, but we weren't. I was reviewing the game, not hunting for trophies. I spent Saturday playing it and got a platinum. So there you go,
Wow.
folks. That is how easy you can do it. The key tip for it is exploit what they have given you. You can save anywhere at any time, so save anywhere at any time. I can't stress it enough.
So
Have
do
some
it.
states.
During
For the love of God.
Dr. Robotnik's
Oh.
Mean Bean Challenge.
I got that last night at 3 a.m.
Drove me crazy, Sam. You can cheat your way to the last level, and then
It's still hard.
it's super hard at that point because it's impossible. And Robotnik's, excellent at the game. But what you got to do is
You gotta hand it to him.
Yeah, it is just named after him.
he
But
didn't get this title just because he was the best player Sega had.
yeah,
You got to first off, when you pause the game, it whites out everything and you can't see anything. So what you got to do is hit the PlayStation button, which pauses the game but doesn't officially pause the game, so you can see what button's coming next or what piece is coming next.
Yeah.
So what I found myself doing is constantly doing that, seeing where I want to drop it, do it, and as soon as if there was even a quiver in Robotnik's mustache, I would pause the game, save it, so that I could always come back to that one point and slowly get him. And after, man, that thing took forever.
Yep, same here.
Yeah, I called Roper. I was texting Roper that I think it was like midnight, saying I'm screwed. I
Yeah.
can't do this. He's like, well, hold on. Finally got it. So there's your tip.
I went
Play
to
Sonic for trophies.
because you can use the same technique sort of for columns, which is the same thing. You have to get 20,000
Yeah.
points on the easiest difficulty level. That thing is way
Oh,
slower.
yeah,
And when you pause
exactly.
it, you can still see stuff.
Exactly.
But yeah, that like save states, use them. They are awesome.
Use them.
Use the
Use
save
them
states.
good.
So there you go, tips. Trophies. Now it's time for
topic of the week.
topic of the week. This topic of the week
of
is a
topic.
special one to Hainsey and myself, and
Indeed.
Jeff, and Sam to an extent. Ryan, not so much.
Oh.
Oh.
This is officially the Pata podcast. We are talking
Pata-
Patapon 2. We have a video preview going up today. A wish list for stuff we want to see. Videos, screens. We're blowing it out on the PlayStation portable page today. PSP.IG.com.
Can't even speak.
Pata
I'm so
Portable.
excited.
Pata Portable. Jeff, you are reviewing Patapon 2.
Woo!
So you
Wait,
can't go.
I'm reviewing. We already talked about that.
Oh man, here we go.
Hainsey, tell me what you think of Patapon 2. Not officially, since this is preview code.
Yeah, considering that what we have is a demo and it's really early, the game is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, it pretty much takes everything that was in the first game and basically blows it out to
Yeah.
what you want it to be.
I couldn't even see anything, and the game was phenomenal.
Yes, I was blinded by its brilliance.
My eyeballs were ejected
Yes.
from the ocular stuff.
Jeff, you and I, or Hainsey, you and I did our joint Patapon review last year. I secondary commented yours. I'll probably be doing that for this one again.
Indeed.
I agree with everything you just said. The early previews we saw and screens and stuff made it look a lot like the original. And it is a lot like the original, but the way they've tweaked everything, we talked about it in the thing today, the
Right.
evolution map, the ability to level up your Patapons one by one rather than a group.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Jeff, what do you think? You've played a lot of
I'm
it.
a huge fan. I mean, there's 3 times really as much content as
Yeah.
was in there before. Something 80 plus levels and
Right.
500 different weapons and everything. I love that. I was able to transport my save from Patapon 1 into 2, so I at least started off with some raw materials. But yeah, it's like you said, everything is sort of made just a little bit more clear, and the fact that you can level up without it feeling like grinding.
Yeah.
It's a subtle difference. It's kind of hard to explain, but
Yeah.
it's
You
just much
enjoy
better.
this all the time.
Yes.
There's
Yeah.
even when I'm going through, like the bosses still level up the same. When I'm trying to go through, because I want to get my Tate Pawn up to level 2 or 3 or whatever on the evolution map. I mean, it doesn't feel that bad.
Although, like in some ways, even though you don't have to grind, grinding is actually
you need-
fun.
yeah, it's
and
fun
sometimes
to
you
do,
need
yeah.
it primarily because the whole evolution map isn't even necessarily based off of, okay, I have all these materials, and now I have to take it here, and then they'll make something for me, and then those guys will equip it. Now it's like you take all these materials, and then you use those materials to then decide, okay, I'm going to either level up this guy so that he's stronger, or I'm going to evolve him into a completely different form. So then all of a sudden, like, you know, my spear guys can like have different abilities, and they'll stagger somebody or put somebody to sleep, or they'll have better attacks against somebody who uses fire or ice.
Well, there is an evolution map. I mean,
Yeah, we
even
haven't
the
touched
fact
on it.
that
If
it's
you
there,
if you
yeah.
play, if you remember Patapon 1, it was awesome to go change somebody, make them into something else, but you never
Put a
really
helmet on
knew
them or
what you were going to
something.
get. You never
Yeah.
knew what you were going to get until you did it and found out. And at that point, it was either, well, I got to drop back and reload my save or just live with it or go
Right.
online and
There
try
was
to
a lot
find
of
an
that. I did a
FAQ.
lot of
yeah.
like
Experimentation.
It was
reloading.
trial and error. It
Yeah.
really was trial and error.
This year they're using an evolution map, and what it is like you start off with the normal Patapon, you go to this screen, and you can leave it on him, and it'll say, you know, level him up to level 2 or whatever, you need to do this, this, and this, or have this much stuff. However, then it all starts branching out. You can see what rarepons you can make
Yeah.
and what they do on top of that.
And there's
Yeah.
something like a dozen or like it's at least a dozen different things that you can unlock as far as different classes. And even when you unlock those, they start unlocking different like other abilities or other
Yeah.
kinds of things. So then
Yeah, even once you get a rarepon and start leveling him up, he reaches maturity at level 5, and then at level 10 gets a super special ability.
right, and based on whichever path you go, you unlock completely different ones that have their own specialized setups too. So either way, you're still going to be unlocking and then evolving separate
So
classes.
much
of
replay.
these
So
I'm gonna be
guys.
playing
It's
this for 6 years,
insane.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally.
It is really
Man.
insane just how deep.
That's
it is.
awesome though. I really needed a good like PSP game that I could just leave in there. and that
Exactly.
would always bust out.
Yeah.
Like if my thing, I obviously everybody knows I loved Patapon 1, and I played it for a long time, put a lot of hours in it. But once I beat it and I had gone back and leveled the bosses up, I was kind of like, well, I'm gonna stay away. I think for a while. And so now like this one, I can see me playing on the train pretty much every morning.
Yeah.
Like there's something to do. Not to mention multiplayer. We haven't talked about that.
Oh yeah. I mean, like multiplayer is one of those things that Greg and I were like, yeah, have you tried that? Have you tried it? And we're like, no, not
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
So then we sat down and we played it for like probably an hour.
Oh yeah, and we kept
and
coming back.
We're like,
You wanna do
we're
one
just
more?
like-
Yeah, let's do
yeah.
one
I was
more.
like, yeah, should we do one more? Yeah, we should do one more. And then it's like, okay, we have to do work. Yeah, we should do one more level. We
Yeah.
just kept getting into it because
And that's
it's
why
really
I killed myself.
Yeah.
probably. But like, it was one of those things
Well,
where like it's so easy and everybody has their own independent rhythm. But once you start actually tying everything together, and you start feeling the rhythm of how everything's going, and
Feel the
everybody's
rhythm.
unlocking
Yeah.
their own
Feel the
abilities,
rhyme.
then yeah.
Get him up. It's
It's bobsled time. Little cool run-ins. But
Made a cool run-ins joke.
I'm gonna totally
man.
attach cool
Yeah,
runnings
brother.
as an object
Nice.
to
Hell
this
yeah.
story.
there you go, brother.
If you're just joining us too, I mean, the way you do multiplayer isn't that you bring your whole tribe in. You just bring your hero. This
Right,
year,
and heroes are actually our new thing.
heroes are
Patapon
awesome.
too.
Yeah, they're
Did you
brand
say
new.
if you just joined us?
That's
Is
what
this live?
I meant no.
I like to download podcasts and just
Yeah.
randomly click
half
around
the
the timeline.
podcast, middle of a podcast, it's all falling apart.
I meant if you're just joining our Patapon coverage. Not everyone reads
Yes,
like
all right,
everything we write.
gotcha. Just making sure.
Sam, don't you have some XBLA game to play? Get out of here.
I've got a bunch of XA crap to
Yeah.
suffer
This
through.
first half of the podcast
Yeah.
Beyond is brought to you by Patapon 2.
Anyways,
And Haynes.
if you've never
And
read our
Haynes.
coverage before,
Haynes on you.
every tribe has a hero.
Exactly.
He's amazing.
Yes,
He's
he
there
is.
He prophesies to save the world with you.
And he also changes based on which Patapon you've evolved on
Any
the evolutionary
any
chart.
Patapon you've unlocked, as far as
Yeah.
horseback or
So
flying
he
or whatever,
can be a
take that.
Kevopon and use his steed and run through people. He can be a Decapon and swing a club.
Yeah.
But he also has like specialized abilities that no other Patapon has. So you equip him with like specialized equipment and you can give him the best stuff.
Yeah.
But then when he goes into battle, as long as you're on fever and you hit the buttons in the right time with the right
In
measure,
perfect time, yeah.
perfect time, then all of a sudden you unlock his ability and he starts doing stuff that like
Yeah.
nobody else can do. So it's-
Decapon swings his club like a tornado kind of thing.
Yeah.
knocks out- you're calling it like a hammer throw, right?
well, yeah,
That's how you
yeah,
described it.
it's kind of like a hammer throw because he just starts like pivoting
Yeah.
and swinging
Destroys
around
everything.
and just smashes through
Tapons
barriers.
put
and
up
kills things.
shields around everybody, so they're invulnerable.
Yeah,
to
they're
the shot.
invulnerable.
Oh, man.
The spear guys throw out like radial effects or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Well, and then what it does is a lot of people, and I know it, not the people sitting in this room, maybe Ryan, had problems keeping the fever going.
Yeah.
but
Oh yeah, that's
it's much more apparent when you're going to fall out of fever
exactly.
now, when
you
you're
get,
getting
you
into
get that
fever.
you get a warning.
But for those of us that are pretty hardcore and like really have like amazing rhythm,
Totally.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're able to get these special attacks all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a really nice feature they added, that you get one miss on the fever, and then a little skull
Oh.
pops
Yeah.
up and lets you know that it warns you you're about to
Which
lose
is
fever.
key because like in the first one you'd have fever and you'd be playing it and you're like, okay, I've got it, and then all of a sudden you drop out and you're like, wait, what the hell just
Yeah,
happened?
yeah,
like
yeah.
I know I hit that right.
Usually during a
But-
boss fight. From
Yeah, usually during the
Exactly,
boss
yeah.
fight when you need fever for the extra damage boost, and all of a sudden it would just drop. And now it's like, hey, you were off a little bit on your timing, and it gives you that skull warning so that you can actually save yourself.
Yeah.
And depending upon what you do, you can save yourself so well that your hero automatically gets a bonus. Everybody like jumps up, and then they just go right into an attack, and it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, like keeping the fever though. It's like so crucial. Like
Oh, yeah.
the phone will ring. Like
Yeah, oh, yeah,
someone will
you
knock
gotta
at the door.
do
I'm
both.
sorry. Yeah, I'm in fever.
Yeah, it's like, I got fever.
Your
This is
house
actually-
is burning down.
Even though it's just
I
a-
can't
fever.
stop.
It's a preview and a demo. It is worth pointing out because it's a question I get asked a lot on PSN right now because I talk about it. You still can't pause in the game.
Yeah,
Which is
for
this
some
is
reason.
intentional.
Well,
right?
this is a question that I had, and it's actually something that the developers they consciously thought about it and they decided not to, because if you can pause it, it's gonna screw up the rhythm. If you can keep basically
True.
subdividing it, think about what you're doing with the Genesis game.
Right.
If you can
Yeah.
constantly break it up, you're ruining the experience. And obviously, you can pause a song, but if you come in the middle of a song, you're not getting the whole piece
See,
at
the whole
once.
beat.
See, I mean, it's one of those things where I don't mind it. Like, I understand what he's saying about that, but it's a portable system. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah.
you can always still
you can
go
look
into
at the
suspend
power
mode.
Sleep, yeah.
And I mean, you might lose your fever, but you're going to
Yeah,
be able to
yeah.
still suspend it. But they knowing that, they consciously did not want to put the specific pause in there. Again, you only have to play for 3 minutes at a time.
True.
Which
Even though
is
battles often go longer.
well,
Yeah.
they do go long.
Last
yeah.
night I finally got something beat, and I was like 7 minutes. I was like, oh man.
Yeah,
It didn't
That's the
seem
thing,
like
'cause
that.
There's
but man.
there's some where it's just like, oh man,
It's
here
fun
we go,
to watch.
and
Like
you
I don't
just-
even think about it. It's one of those games where I play and don't realize how much
Yeah.
time's
yeah,
passing.
and
Yeah.
then time passes. I mean,
Because I
like,
remember like we had played multiplayer, and we played for like an hour or whatever.
Yeah.
But I remember like when I loaded up that save, it was like 6.5 hours, and I saved, and it was like almost 8. I was like, oh jeez.
yeah. Well, that's the thing is that like I think I played most of the time that I was grinding through on a plane ride back from the East Coast, and
Yeah.
I was like, I put in maybe like half an hour here or there
Oh,
on
yeah.
just like connecting flights and everything else. I'm like, okay, that's not a problem. Then like I landed here and I looked at the save time and I was like, 7.5
Yeah,
hours.
yeah.
What the hell? And I was
It's
like,
awesome.
well, okay, I know I didn't play all the plane ride because I was asleep for a little bit, but Jesus Christ.
Someone took your PSP. It's like,
Some
oh
little
man,
kid-
Yeah, it's like, oh,
Sweet.
that's awesome.
Yeah, well, you have to have headphones. It's
Yeah.
very, very important, very crucial. And
Yeah, I played
think when
really
you do that,
poorly without them.
yeah, oh god.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got, I mean, I'll have it cranked up and I'll be playing at my house alone, and I still can't. It's not
Well,
nearly as good.
I
You
can
gotta
do
have
it,
it.
and it's
The
really
rhythm.
funny because like if you have any pets, like my cats are just like, what the hell? Because they just hear the patapon
Do they start
chanting.
dancing to the rhythm?
No, but they start like looking at the PSP like there's something in there, and I gotta smack the hell out of it.
Really?
'Cause-
No.
That's not covered by warranty, by the
no,
way.
no, it's not. It's not.
See the lines.
Well, yes. Wow, that was an awkward drop off with everyone.
Just
Wow.
laugh, laugh, laugh.
Yeah.
Oh,
For the full Patapon rundown, obviously psp.ign.com.
Indeed.
Video preview has everything we just talked about and more, including awesome mini games at the end of multiplayer.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes, and that was a surprise too because we didn't
Yeah.
expect that all of a sudden there was like a dance beat.
Yeah, go
like,
through these
section.
treasure chests, perform as a band. Awesome.
Yes,
But yeah, totally awesome. Check it
Yay.
out. Patapon 2. I'm sure we will be talking about it for the next.
for a while.
The sequel
3
most
months.
games could hope to be or wish they could be.
Yeah, well, maybe. Let's not jump ahead that far. It's going to be
Ooh.
great when Jeff drops a
From a
fat
picture
7-9
sample?
on it.
Wait, when Jeff
Ah,
I don't
yes,
review
damn
these
it.
games.
epic fail.
But it wouldn't be 7-9. Come on.
Ever. Melko!
Red Mail,
Calls.
Shay Mail, Mailman,
Malians.
Malarkey.
I don't even think it's the real word. is it?
Aliens. Yeah, oh, it is now.
Is
It was cool though.
Alright,
Well, if
good.
there's a fem alien, there's got to be a alien.
We got a whole bunch. Hey, Ryan, how are we doing at time?
We have been podcasting for about 40 minutes,
Yeah,
a little bit
every-
under 40
Podcast
minutes.
Everyone
Beyond,
knows-
brought to you by Patapon 2
When-
and Timex.
When Greg takes the helm of this thing, he likes long podcasts. First, real quick, I want to have a quick round of applause for Ryan Clements. Woo!
Yay, why?
Yeah.
I don't think most people realize how much, Roper, Jeff, Sam.
Yeah.
I'm talking
don't-
about Jeff in the majorative sense of Podcast Beyond.
Beyond.
All right? We don't put much work into Podcast Beyond. We
Really?
come in, we record it. Sometimes we'll give it a thing. Other than that GDC one, we don't. I've never done much for it. Ryan Clements is in
done it-
here
You've
editing
done it
out
for
bleeps.
multiple times.
Yeah, I
though.
usually
Yeah.
add work to it. I just
Yeah.
end up cussing a bunch.
There you
so.
go.
It's funny though.
Clements
Okay.
edits it. He posts it. He writes the blurbs and stuff. Today we had a whole meltdown with the system. We had to get somebody in here to help.
Well, Damon did the extra work.
yeah,
there.
yeah, but still, I just want to thank you. I know we never say anything on the show.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
do appreciate the work you put into the show.
Now we're gonna tear you down.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about
With the
why you
first mail-
disappointed us in every corner.
With the first Street Fighter mail coming to Ryan.
When's the airing of grievances? Say
yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Festivus. Or
It's
something.
coming.
Right.
We already had the feats of strength on the Festivus
This is true.
podcast.
All right, so yeah, starting with
I
it, we're going to go to
See,
Dopalicious.
here we go.
Everyone remembers Dopalicious, correct?
Oh yes.
Last time he asked about a game you should play with a girl he was trying to date for Valentine's Day. Remember for the Valentine's Day
Yeah,
episode?
a little bit.
He said, in regards to my V-Day question last week, date went well. We came back after dinner and played Flower over dessert and wine.
Ooh,
Just wanted to
that's
say
nice.
that just the V-Day tip and another gate is.
Ah.
He thanks us for the V-Day tip.
Just the VD tip.
V-Day! Another date is guaranteed.
Ointment.
She already says she wants to. She already says she wants to come over for the Killzone 2 release.
Oh god.
So there you
Well,
go.
That's a keeper
flower to
right there.
kill
yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Wow.
That
Exactly.
is a keeper.
The girlfriend that likes to murder Helgast.
Of course, Dopalicious immediately follows up with Cammy, really Ryan, total letdown in the IGN Street Fighter tournament.
Oh,
Oh.
At least you got one win.
yeah, I got 2 wins. First
This is
of all.
what he says.
Oh,
I'm just
oh.
reading.
All right,
this.
well,
you want to
Dope-
explain what happened here? The Insider
well,
held the tournament, right?
Delicious. Actually, unfortunately, I don't think
That is
everything
your real
was. Not all
If
the
you could
videos
search
have been released
commercials
yet, so I don't want to spoil everything because the tournament itself is still being released video wise. But
Okay.
the tournament for us is complete.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
nice.
mean, I played as Cammy in the tournament because he's awesome.
Could you
Now,
knock a butt?
anyone who doesn't appreciate Cammy just doesn't understand that just because she's not a top tier character doesn't mean that she can't do awesome things, and she has a couple really sweet attacks and special moves.
And for Double-licious, when that relationship is ready to go to the next level, Pixel Junk Monsters is the way to go.
Yes.
This is where you
Yeah.
can find out if you work well together, and if you're going to be yelling at each other when they're stressed.
Then the relationship falls
No,
apart.
no!
Dance on the tower for the love of God! Oh, that wasted
Get the spider! You see the spider? Get him!
Dance faster! Dance faster! Goddammit.
Of course, Patapon 2 supports game
Oh,
sharing. So there you
Patapon
go.
2.
There you go. That'd be easier way.
You call this
Bridging.
a cup of coffee?
Hey, Ryan.
Yes.
Darth Bryan follows up with, Ryan, how the hell did you lose to Charles of all people?
Oh.
Losing to
Oh.
Mark Ryan or Jeremy, I can understand. But Charles,
All right,
upset
here's
smiley
Oh,
face.
snap.
two things to say there. First of all, Charles is a really good Street Fighter player. I don't think people realize
Is he
this.
better than me?
plays, probably.
Okay.
He plays all the time. He like just whenever he has a free moment, he just stands eerily behind me and stares down at my desk, and I know that it's Street Fighter time, along with alone time with Charles. But
Oh, really?
yes,
Wow.
he's very good, and so losing to him is no problem. However, the funny thing is that I must admit that I do not work well competitively under pressure, like when it comes to like a fighting game or something. I prefer playing for fun. But so during the tournament, I definitely was not at on top of my game, because when we played for fun a few days after the tournament, I beat every single person in the tournament, including the winner of the tournament, in a row. Just just by chance, because I was just like having a good time and it was all good. So yes,
The winner, of
I
course,
think that's
is still
called
drunk.
pity, right?
Oh.
and we're muting Jeffrey.
All right, getting away from Ryan
Wow.
not doing too hot.
What? What did we just say?
Nostalgic Noob writes in with, What's up,
What,
Beyond?
Beyond?
I am just wondering what you guys do with the games after you complete them. Do you have a room of huge collection
Burn
of
'em.
games? Do you
Eat
guys
them.
throw them out? And when you guys are playing games that are not out to the public yet, are you ever allowed to take them home, or do you have to play them in the IGN building?
I think we can take him home.
Yeah, we can take our stuff home. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Go
all
back
right?
to your desk.
Don't worry about it.
You figure, I mean, the big games are all done by people, on staff or whatever. We're not going to risk our jobs by taking and eBaying it. Not to mention your system probably couldn't play the test disc we
That's
have.
exactly
Right.
exactly.
But yeah, as far as we do have big bins, actually, big cabinets behind our desks that have every game we've ever done stuff with shoved in there.
Uh-huh.
And I have the key.
No, you don't. I do. It's on
Yeah,
my
you're
desk.
right.
If you ever break into the IGN office, you'll have a hard time finding that key.
Really?
Oh,
No,
boy.
not really.
Not really.
No.
Let's just say it'll be in the first.
If you're blind, though,
briefcase.
you're
It's a
pretty, you're
fingerprint-
pretty much not going to
Opens by
get in there.
fingerprint scan.
Hey, real Jeff. What does
Oh, man.
That didn't take long. You can pack your things up.
what's going on at the PlayStation blog headquarters? Or I guess you work in the Sony building, right?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah.
So
You've been up in there.
yeah. Do you guys just have giant
up in
library
there.
All
games
of
in
it.
it?
All of it.
Open that piece.
I'm sorry, you were saying?
How's your game library work?
It's looking pretty good. I get pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So, and I'm already playing Killzone 5. It's unbelievable.
Oh,
Off the
God.
chain.
No, but yeah, all we play whenever there's like a lull in silence. I think it's kind of like with you and Charles. We just look at each other and we're like, let's get a couple rounds in here. We've got a big TV and it's just nonstop. Street Fighter 4 right now.
Very
No fun.
nice.
Sounds good. Eldry78 writes in and asks, is IGN going bankrupt in 2009?
Yeah, totally. Well, wait.
We're actually podcasting from a small garage in
Yeah.
Tennessee.
IGN is doing quite well. Don't worry about us. Dom_OSX says, do you think Kingdom Hearts franchise will continue on the PlayStation 3 or move to something like the Wii, or strictly stay handheld for the foreseeable future?
I'm assuming Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be a current gen
Oh, there you go.
release,
HD.
and all the spin-offs are going to be on the various systems that they're on. There's already 2 spin-offs, a DS and PSP one.
The Wii does make sense, though. I mean,
Yeah,
I
the
mean, yeah,
Wii's
that-
totally
I could
different.
see-
target market and the
I could
size
see
of
a
the install
Wii
base.
spin-off, but I don't think the next proper installment would go on the Wii though.
I mean, I do hope not. I love seeing
I'm
stuff.
I'm
on
calling
consoles
it.
just
I'm
'cause
calling
I'm a
it for
I doubt it.
PS3
Yep.
limited exclusive, then goes to 360.
I doubt it,
afterwards.
considering
This
that
year?
Nomura
No.
loves pulling pranks on his team and pushing them with PS3. I doubt it'll go Wii for the next one.
God, I love
Later
Sora.
on, maybe.
Just want to
Wow.
pinch his cheeks.
Which
Well,
one?
he's
Whoa,
wrong.
gotta
Okay,
edit that one out. So, the next question.
Mage Rider asks, if I want Street Fighter 4 but don't want to shell out the money for a gamepad or joystick, will I still have fun playing this game with a controller?
Absolutely. I use the DualShock almost
yeah.
exclusively. You just need to reconfigure
This
the
is
settings.
amazing.
Right.
Like, so both of you guys do that, huh?
Yeah, I'm much
Do
better
you-
with
I
it.
grew up on the D-pad.
Yeah.
So.
Do you wear a glove like Ryan?
No.
I have a glove.
Does it have
And
rhinestones
it's-
on it?
yeah, and a scarf.
He,
It's,
he tries to pull the Michael Jackson thing.
I
It's
sew in the
embarrassing.
flesh of my enemies to the glove.
Oh.
Yeah, this,
I mean,
Takes the
yeah.
skin off their
all the
feet.
secrets are coming
This
out.
is not water. This is straight vodka, isn't it?
Yeah, that is. I am drinking vodka.
Water with just a dash of
No,
PCP.
because I wear a glove
Yeah.
so that your thumb can roll along the D-pad.
Oh yeah, I
It's
mean,
It's just a cloth glove. It's not skin.
cow-
I don't
Thumb
require
can
such
roll.
things,
Yeah.
but yeah,
You're ready
it's-
to roll anytime.
Exactly.
That's why your thumb is bleeding.
You
right
guys
now.
can't see this, but Jeff Rubenstein's thumb is actually about 6 times larger than any of his other fingers.
It's bronzed.
So exactly.
It's diamond encrusted.
Oh.
And when he touches a PS3 controller, it syncs up.
Wow.
That would be pretty rare.
Oh, you don't have that microchip embedded?
No.
It's a
Genomes.
Sony employee thing. That's how you're able to play Killzone 5.
Mid Uboso says, "Who is your favorite RPG protagonist and why?" A couple of mine are Titus from FFX, Zach from Crisis Core, and Yuri from Tales of Vesperia. Ryan,
Protagonist.
this was
huh?
right up on your alley.
Yeah, I mean, I really like Cloud just because he's like a classic cyberpunk hero, and I don't know. We'll go around to people who play RPGs, and I'll
Oh,
come back.
thinking? Oh, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This
Oh.
one's easy.
Oh.
Jolie, Knights of the Old Republic. He was awesome.
I've never really liked Knights of the Old Republic.
Uh-oh. Are you not so you're much more of a JRPG person than Western RPGs, yeah?
Probably, yeah.
Is that fair to say?
I'd say that's fair to say.
I really liked Squall from
I like
FFA.
Squall,
I mean,
too.
Pretty good.
Gunblade. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
and he was the only like one that didn't look like a girl.
That's
hey,
true.
Hey, Cloud was totally masculine
Right.
in a
Yeah.
Japanese
But
sense.
but you didn't hear his voice.
was a soft
I'm
type
not.
of
I'm not.
masculine.
You can't trash on him. But.
Yeah.
How sketchy can I make this podcast? That's
I-
what I want to try
You've
and
already
find
done
out.
it.
Go all
Producers-
out, my friend.
producers
I'm
offered
sure
to
you can
pinch
go
You're the one
farther.
editing it.
You can go farther, but
All right,
I'd say
I'm gonna
like
keep pushing it,
Raiden
pushing the envelope.
Kuzunoha from
there you
Shin
go.
Megami Tensei.
Mm,
I mean,
Oh, there you go.
he
dreamy.
was a devil summoner.
Dreamy.
And a little newer. I liked Welkin. I mean, he wasn't your
Yeah,
typical.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Welkin
Welkin's
was really
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't know.
glad
I don't
that
think
I've-
we could say that
I
on
have
the
burned
podcast.
that into your brain.
Yeah.
Thomas,
As soon as
anytime
I
now.
hear Welkin, I see a PSN message pop up on
I
my.
started playing
my vision.
Tales a bit late there, and when I did, I was
You mean
talking.
Valkyria?
Yeah, sorry, Tales of Vesperia for
Yeah.
some reason. Too many V's. Come on, make these names
Okay,
catchier.
So
Valkyria.
Valkyria Chronicles.
Valkyria
That's what we're
Chronicles.
talking
Anyways, I fell in love with it. Love that game,
Best game
and
of the
I kept PSNing Ryan how much I was having fun with it, and then I sent an extremely dirty one to him. And I will not even bother
Wasn't that?
mentioning
Didn't
on
I
the air.
have guests at that time?
Yes,
Yes.
You told me
Oh,
later.
I had a friend.
You
I had a
someone in
friend.
the house, and it popped up. You're like, oh god. So good time.
We
That's how
have,
good
we have
Valkyria
others,
Chronicles
but
is.
this topic's gonna derail. So
Good
let's
time on
move
the
on.
PlayStation Network. Vinny Boy asks, "Hey Ryan, when
Yeah.
are you gonna set up a Street Fighter 4 tourney editor beatdown?" I've had a lot of people ask me this as well.
That's a
Is this something we could somehow
I think
arrange?
it would make more sense when they release that downloadable pack that has tournament play, right?
Yeah.
Sam, have you heard of that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Which
think they're-
yeah.
Because as of right now, it's just a one-on-one type room,
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
networking,
It's like quarters.
and and so I think that bring a lot of quarters. But I think that they're releasing a free pack that should have
Yes.
tournament play. Do you know anything about this,
I-
Mr. Rubenstein?
I do not.
Oh, you know
Yeah.
something. I'll bet.
I don't work for Capcom.
If I could crack your brain open.
I know that if you do the tournament, I'll be there. There's no doubt.
Very nice.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job with all
Yeah.
the
All right,
add-ons.
so
We-
someday.
yeah, we will definitely be doing that, especially when the patches come out that enable that even more.
And don't forget when Killzone comes out, we're all over that.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Get ready to join the IGN Podcast Beyond clan that is still number one in the world.
I thought that was very interesting that they that the Call of Duty guys are doing their crazy double XP weekend or yeah. At the
Oh
same
yeah,
time.
yeah, the same.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a
Yeah,
good idea.
definitely.
Try to
Steal some
I
thunder.
think it's awesome. It just means that there's that much more online stuff to play.
Yeah.
Because I like both games. So I am no hater.
Jeff Rubenstein. Twisted Gamer asks, if I paid you, would you dance for me?
I've never required payment in,
Oh,
in
there
the
you go.
past.
Whoa.
That's true. That's true.
Hey Jeff Hainsey, Pro Maniac wants to know: do you think it's fair to criticize a game for something it doesn't have, e.g., co-op, when reviewing it, rather than reviewing it for what it does have and stands on its own merits?
I think it depends on the case of that specific game. If it's one of those situations where something is advertised and yet it is not included,
Uh-huh.
then yes. If not,
Oh.
then
Watch.
hey, I'm calling that spade a spade, man.
Spade.
But But like depending upon whatever it is, like there's some people that are like, hey, this should have co-op. It would be better if it had co-op. Like people were arguing that my review of Killzone, it's like, oh, he took points off because it didn't have co-op. And it's like, no, I didn't take points off because of that. I took points off because some of the elements that I saw in the build that I played, the supposedly final review build that I eventually got, technically weren't as sound as I'm sure the final retail build will be.
Yeah. You also
That's
took
pretty much
points
it.
off. You also took points off because you're mentally handicapped. Swish.
That's why he pees his pants.
Retardo burn.
Whoa.
Hey, ask Crack Clements, why didn't
Yeah.
you
Oh, here
win
we
the
go.
tournament again?
Now here we go.
And it's on. The gloves
It's-
are off.
it's
Why
Everybody's
didn't you win that tournament
It's
again,
actually-
Clements?
It's funny. You've actually desensitized me to that word, so I'm fine.
Oh,
See,
wow.
I knew it'd be good to bring that up.
There we go.
It's good.
Now I got to find your next word.
I think
You
too
can't say
the what are the other games are in the genre, and if other
Bend
games
over?
are
it. It's
doing
always
very well.
it's always worth mentioning that.
Astro?
Yeah.
How many times do we get an email saying, "Hey, does this game have split screen?" You didn't even mention. It's always worth mentioning that. Hey, this doesn't have.
Yeah.
It doesn't. When I mention something it doesn't have, I'm generally not ever.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, factoring that into the score.
Yeah.
yeah, you can't play what if and then go no
Yeah.
minus points. Yeah.
Yeah.
This game does not allow you to travel through time.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
eight points off.
But that's the
God.
thing is like
Not enough
if
nudity.
we mention it like
usually how I score
there's
my
a
game.
specific reason why we are mentioning something. It's not like going, oh well, you didn't have this feature. Oh, that's
good
1 point off.
A good example, which leads into our next question, kind of. When I was reviewing the wrestling games, right? If they don't have the right championship belt, it's not that I'm saying, why doesn't it have this? I'm saying that takes away from the presentation of what they're going for. They want a
Right.
TV-style presentation. However, they don't have, this thing that is on TV. That's
That
When
makes
I review games, I just have a dartboard that I
Yeah.
throw, and whenever I get is the score.
And then if it's a JRPG, add 3 points to it. D. Austin 2717 asks me, hey, does Legends of WrestleMania have the original music for all the wrestlers? Yes, it does. And if they didn't have wrestlers in their time, they have gone back and made something for them. So there you
Yay.
go.
Awesome.
Yay.
Yay.
Murph JP says, I discovered this weekend that Hulu is beyond awesome.
Beyond?
Do you think
Beyond?
there are any plans to make Hulu as accessible as YouTube on the PSN? Hey, Rubenstein, what do you think of that?
It works. I mean, you can watch Hulu through the browser.
Yeah, but it's ugly.
Oh.
It doesn't work as well. I have always been.
But
I've been a big,
ugly.
stumper for, right? That's
Yeah,
what I say.
yeah.
For Play On, which is you can get for free for a
Yeah.
month, and that lets you watch Hulu, YouTube, everything else, and CBS, ESPN
Mhm.
through your PlayStation 3 by using a computer as a media server. And if you do
And it's
like it enough to
transcoded.
buy it, like I did, it's $30. It plays everything full screen. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
it does a very good job.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
And there's T-versity too that you can have set up and have it pull stuff too. So
Right.
there are options out there.
Yeah, you got plenty of
But
things.
within the newest, the last firmware update, you can at least do all the stuff full screen now.
Yeah.
So you couldn't do that before, which
Yeah.
is nice. So
Or
it's getting there.
You could
Yeah,
just have
I'd
every-
imagine. I mean, my personal prediction would be, yeah, they'd have something like that eventually. It's, right? Anybody?
That's your personal
I
prediction.
know. Well, nobody else is gonna predict it.
It's
Yeah,
possible.
fine.
Or you
Have
could
it.
just have every television network play out in your mind.
There you go.
Mhm.
MP-Noobbino says, my question is for Jeff. Oh, he also says Beyond Gents.
Beyond?
I recently stumbled across a Killzone 2 multiplayer video. They mentioned that you can drop up to 4 turrets as an engineer, and if you change classes, they still stand. Is that true?
Yes. Like if you go into a round and you happen to be an engineer class and you're solely an engineer class and you throw down your turrets, and then like you die a few seconds later and you wind up going back and
Yeah.
resetting everything. As long as those turrets haven't been destroyed by anybody else in a round, those turrets still stand as a viable thing. It's just one of those situations where you put down your emplacements. If you wind up going in and somehow like as you're putting one down, you wind up getting killed, then yeah, that one automatically gets discounted.
Nice. Hey, Sam.
Yes.
How awesome is Killzone multiplayer?
Pretty freaking awesome.
Damn right it is.
Yeah.
High five! Ow!
Greg was preaching Killzone multiplayer when we were playing Resistance.
It's
Yeah.
no,
multiplayer.
dude. It's so good.
It's
It's so
good.
simple on what it is, but
It's good.
That will be the return.
wait till
Everybody
there's
asked
people
when,
online.
where are the editor beatdowns? Where are the editor beatdowns?
It's coming.
When Killzone 2
It's
comes,
coming
man,
next week.
editor
I've
beatdowns
I've got all your PSN IDs, right?
Yes.
will be,
I don't have yours.
multiple.
Okay, we'll have to exchange.
Yeah, why don't you
I'm
announce
so
it?
into
Why
it.
don't you announce
My,
it?
I'm Jeff PS.
Oh, damn! I thought you didn't do it.
Yeah, I
No,
gave
you
up great.
Wow.
That means
No,
that,
everybody-
Oh,
wait,
should we skip ahead
that
to the hit
means
of the
that
week?
Jeff
Yeah.
is now the PSN hit of the week.
Oh wow.
PSN hit confirmed.
Yeah, we'll do the.
Okay. PSN hit confirmed.
That's
we have-
okay because Jeff's list is like so filled up anyway. He's,
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna get like 2 requests and then be full.
I'm just gonna let you know. Yeah, you'll
It's
be
already there.
barraged with
It's fine.
requests now.
It's already full.
You'll enjoy it. Don't
it's
worry.
already full.
Yeah.
Jeff, you are the most popular person on this podcast. Damn it, Hainsey, you're the most popular person on this podcast.
I thought he was right the
Midubuso.
first time.
Midupo. Well, no, that's just in our hearts. Miduboso says, my question is for Jeff. What brand of diapers do you use?
You are a jackass.
My kid uses Huggies pillows, but my grandmother uses generic Walmart brand and swears there's no difference. As someone with a lot of experience peeing your pants, where do you get the most bang for your buck?
Greg, you are a jackass.
Greg,
And
you
this
really did
question
start
is
something.
idiotic.
I know.
I
calm
hate
down.
you. Damn you to hell.
Remember, everybody, Hainsey doesn't really pee his pants. I just like to sing about it.
I know.
Our next question is Moonman91. In a very poorly written email, he says, "I'm a junior at high school and I copy a lot of worksheets, etc. But I never copy tests. And I wondered if you guys copy worksheets when you were young little people. I kinda don't let it go to your head and look up to you all. And I'm trying to change that habit. But I'm a dumbass. I'm in special ed classes, and my only dream is to make video games."
Oh.
I would definitely say don't copy worksheets.
No.
It's good practice if you do it yourself. That helps you with
Yeah,
the
exactly.
test.
Well, you're not going to get smarter if you're just copying people's
Yeah.
stuff. I did in first grade. I copied a worksheet. I also
don't-
stole a bunch of IOUs, but I got busted for that one, and it was not good news.
Wait, so you owed them IOUs?
Wow.
Teachers used to give out IOUs, like these, little bucks she made or whatever, and then you could, trade them in at the end of the month for cool stuff.
I also,
You
I also had that.
stole
Oh
them?
my God! There was this rich kid, or not rich kid. I'm sorry, super smart kid in the class who was like a social outcast. But I totally pickpocketed him one day and took like 30 IOUs. And yeah, I was a stupid kid and bragged about having all these IOUs. And the kid, he quickly recognized the fact that I went from like 5 to 35, and the jig was up. And I hurt myself in the playground to go home early, thinking I could get out of trouble, but it did not work.
Karma
Greg, that
level
is the
down.
best story I've heard
Yeah.
right there.
Well, I have plenty of good ones. Spike Luigi asks, "Do you guys think there will be anything about Ratchet and Clank Future 2 stuff at E309?"
Yes.
Yes.
I totally do, don't you? It has to be.
Yeah.
What's coming out this year?
I know. They've
and,
got to start talking about it at summertime. That seems like a pretty good one.
I think Jeff's going to plead the fifth on this one.
Of course he is.
Shrug.
He knows everything.
Yes.
Come on, dude.
Jeff actually knows
No,
the secrets of
I
life.
think you might have to
and
plead the
the
fifth on
world.
this one.
Oddly enough, Jeff is making the next
In
I
a
love my
world
job.
without time.
Therefore, I plead the fifth.
Ryan Kessling from Arizona State University. He writes in asking, "After looking at the latest previews of the latest Wolverine game, I am excited for it, as it seems like it could be a pretty decent God of War ripoff." My question is, should I be excited for this game? Has anybody played it or seen it besides me?
Yeah.
I've seen a
when
little
they
of
came
it.
in and demoed
I
it.
am also tentatively excited for
Yeah.
it. It looks like a lot of fun. There's a lot of blood. Like, it seems like a really cool one.
Which may get trimmed back now because the movie is not rated R. So
Well, yeah, they knew that ahead of time.
Fox
Mhm.
apparently, yeah.
I mean, they were pushing for it from what I heard for whatever.
But some of the stuff that we saw that did not even have blood in it, that we know for sure will be in there no matter what, like the Sentinel fight,
Yeah.
where they're like
Yeah, yeah.
dropping and then
The
freaking
helicopter
awesome.
fights are awesome.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean they have a lot of cool stuff in there. I mean it runs the risk of getting repetitive. I
Yeah.
mean I think it'll be a fun beat 'em up for sure. But we'll see. I mean it's a superhero game.
It's channeling a little
so
bit of the.
I've been
the
excited for
comics.
Spider-Man games recently, so there you go. Don't read into it. Final mail. Mail final call. I don't know, we have a name for that one. It is from a man named Ian. He says, "Hey guys, Beyond.
Beyond.
I just wanted to contact the show as I've been listening for the last 20 episodes, and it's freaking awesome.
Oh.
I have attached
Yay.
a picture of my daughter. When she was 3 months old,
Oh,
playing
baby.
PS3. She's a massive fan of the show. Sometimes she cries out.
Baby.
Sometimes your cries of Beyond is the only
Beyond.
thing that will get her to sleep. I do get shouted at by my wife though when I whisper the usual yet scary voice, just the tip. But I find that if I do it long enough, she joins in to the delight of our daughter. He would like to be hit of the week. We've already kind of given it out here to
I think we can give
the real
another one,
Jeff.
Yes.
because Jeff is going to have a full list. So
So you're going after a man named Ian. He has a daughter who plays PlayStation 3.
it's a little baby, by the way, that's holding a PS3 controller.
Super little baby.
Yes.
So
Uh,
no
His
calling her
PSN
names.
ID is
ALP27. ALP27.
Easy, huh?
PSN hit confirmed again.
ALP27. Make
Excellent.
as many inappropriate comments about his daughter as
Oh,
you can.
no.
No,
Dad,
no.
don't do it.
Went too far?
Absolutely
Too
not.
yeah.
Too
All right,
young.
It
don't
would
do
have been
it.
bad
Too
enough if it was
young.
like a teenager,
Bad.
but this
Don't
is like
do
a
it.
little baby.
Bad.
Oh, whatever. Everybody be cool. We're all
So-
friends.
So outside of that, there are other side mails. So we're going
Oh,
back
I
to
said
to
time
the
for-
Beyond Athletics department, ladies and gentlemen. It's been off for 1 week, but it's now back.
That was pretty high even for me.
Yes, it was. Anyway, we're gonna kick it off with our Big Bola, who's back, and he pretty much has had 2 solid weeks of basketball play. They beat the former #1 team in their conference, Gwinnett Mercy College. They then went on.
Beyond!
Yes, they didn't. Then went on to beat their rivals, Eastern University, who was literally across the street from their school.
Beyond across
in a
street.
double overtime thriller. They then beat Newman College this week and crushed then crushed Philadelphia Bible by 27 points.
Take that, Jesus.
The playoffs start next week. Since they're one of the top 2 teams in the conference, since they are the number 1 team in their conference,
Booyah.
they get a first-round bye. They get to host a semifinals game on Tuesday night. And if they win their conference tournament, they get an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. So, Beyond Nation, wish them all
He
luck.
ends up in the
Good luck, Bible
NCAA
Crushers.
tournament.
Hey,
That'd be pretty
D3.
amazing.
To
So-
the I, to the GBALLAA, to the B, to the I, to the GBLL. That's why I'm not a hip hop artist.
Wow, that just fell apart.
The best part is that couldn't have ended any better. 'Cause it's like, yeah, you get into it, and then it's
I'm so white.
Oh, man.
lady.
Anyway, moving on from that, we then have
Moving on.
yeah, we then have a message from Kyle, who's from the Great White North up in Canada.
Hey.
He goes, hey, just wanted to let you know that you guys up north in Canada, are big fans.
Is that
Just,
your Canadian accent?
I like it. I like it. I like it a lot.
Just was wondering if there was a room for a Beyond Curler, I have a tournament at the beginning of next month, playing for the province of Ontario.
Yay,
Ontario,
Ontario.
Ontario.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that voice was. Anyway, next one was from
So we're
Derek.
adding him, right? He's
Yes,
our
curling.
first curler.
Heck yeah.
We want a Beyond in front of a curling stone.
Curling, God's sport.
The next one is from Derek Mishiro, who says that he wants to throw his name in for the Beyond Athletics Department as a tennis player. He broke his school record for wins. He plans to break that record this year in the name of Beyond.
All right.
Then the following,
If you break that record, then yes, you
All,
enjoy.
all
Otherwise.
we will start Hall of Fame soon. And
Indeed.
The
I think so, yeah.
induction requirement for high schoolers who can be in sports or whatever has that they have to send a picture of their senior yearbook, and their quote is Beyond.
Beyond.
Forever.
Now,
They look back 20 years from now. I can't believe I was so friggin'
Exactly.
stupid.
They're, yeah,
Hey,
they're
but-
like CEOs of companies.
Fat and balding.
you
and
know what
divorced,
though?
they
They'll
just
be
look at
enshrined
it.
in internet history forever. Though. So
my
there you go.
Nothing can get rid of the internet.
Nothing will get rid of the internet.
Damn, you got a lot. This just keeps going.
Yeah.
How
Hey,
are we doing on time, Ryan?
We're totally fine. We've got.
Okay.
We're,
We'll
we're
be
about
good.
to. Oh, we've already passed the hour mark.
Oh, man.
Lord.
we'll be good. We'll be good.
Okay.
So
Action packed.
we had
Good episode.
we installed a
Steve.
Beyond Turtle, perk of the Beyond Turtle.
Yes.
We have DJ Pizzo. Big
Yep.
shout out to
Okay.
DJ Pizzo, our first Beyond DJ.
DJ Pizzo.
Now, considering that there was the groundswell of support for the Beyond Nation, and we added the athletic squad, we have somebody offering to be the Beyond comedian.
Okay.
His name is Jason Maxwell. He had an open mic. He said that the next time he goes up on stage, he'll give a big shout out of Beyond as he leaves the mic.
Is that a Title IX sport?
It-
Stand-up comedy?
well, see, here's the thing though, is
Beyond
that like
athletics
not only do we have
department.
the offer of a Beyond
Comedy.
comedian, but later on somebody sent in saying that he owned a process serving company, and that he'd actually offered to become the official podcast Beyond process service.
All right.
So we might have to evolve this from the Beyond Athletics Department to Beyond University.
Oh.
Offering diplomas in, or you could get honors in
Beyondage.
magna cum beyonda,
Uh-huh.
summa cum beyonda, or just a simple diploma, a BA, PhD,
Beyond with
master's.
honors.
Yeah, beyond with honors. You never know. We might have to turn this into
Beyonders?
Beyond University.
Another
Beyonders.
automatic induction to this whole Beyond craziness we've started
Yes.
is if
Beyonders.
somebody starts going back through the episodes and Wikipedia's all this.
Yes.
Because I will never be able to remember anyone
No.
beyond the turtle and the fencer.
Yes.
we need.
We do need a Wikipedia
We'll be
page.
getting
Yeah,
to that.
exactly.
In fact, I don't
A
know.
Beyond
I don't think we.
Wikipedia
I'm gonna
archive.
check.
I don't think we
You're gonna
have.
crash the
I don't-
computer.
No,
You are gonna
we don't,
crash
we
the
don't have
frickin'
Beyond.
All right.
For,
So-
for a while though, somebody was tracking all the songs.
All
we
the
sang.
songs. Yes.
I just am amazed that we don't have a wiki page.
Well, didn't they make it tougher to do it? Somebody had,
I think they did.
somebody had tried to do a Greg Miller one and it kept getting rejected.
Yeah, I think they made
Well,
it tougher.
But
Then
Podcast
Wikipedia
Beyond is
just-
a
You can't make your
a
own page.
licensed.
I know.
Podcast Beyond is a real
I
thing.
found out
Yes,
the
it
hard way.
is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
We
Well, not a
are-
real thing, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're not. This is not fake.
We're not fake.
This is
My
real
God.
life?
Is this real life?
Why is this happening?
Okay,
to
now
me?
wait. Okay, now wait. I have 2 fingers.
I have 4 fingers.
I can't see anything.
The next person, Robert, says he'd like to throw in his skills as a bowler.
Oh.
He did have a
Beyond
tournament and he
bowler.
wanted to win the name Beyond, but unfortunately last week we were not able to give it to him. So
Did he win?
I don't know. We have to find
Well,
out
then
from Robert.
he's tentative.
Perfect
Well,
gamer.
yeah,
We don't
he's
let
tentative.
losers in the freaking club.
Now Brian
Perfect
Pinella.
gamer, go home.
Brian Pinella said that he runs distance for his high school track team, Notre Dame High School in little old Easton, PA, but they
Yuck.
kick ass.
Okay.
Supposedly, the entire track team wants to run in the name of Beyond.
All right.
The entire track team.
I wonder if all this is true. I wonder if
We're
all
gonna-
the fan mail we get is actually one person
just
No,
me.
sending
no.
you a different name. It's just Sam.
But of course,
Before Beyond.
But of
types up
course,
all this stuff.
you do realize that there are the requirements of being on the Beyond Athletics department or enrolling in Beyond
Yes,
University.
We need pics.
There has to be a
Picture
picture
doesn't
of
happen.
you
Picture didn't
representing yourself,
Pics.
and there are pictures that have been rolling in for certain
X.
people.
All right,
So
okay.
Pics.
finally,
Final one.
There are three last ones.
There are three
This
you
is
mean
longer than
there's
topic of the
two
week.
and then one
Hold
last
on.
one.
Official Beyond Lingerie.
Oh my God!
Dude.
Please say that there is a woman that listens to this
Oh
podcast.
God!
I can tell you pretty much tentatively.
Wow.
No.
No. We have
That-
video
that is
proof.
frightening.
Remember that girl who listened and got in trouble?
That's
in class
true.
For
That is
laughing?
true.
Popularity fail.
That is
I
true.
remembered her name.
Plus, my mom will
wow.
listen to this one.
There
There you go.
Yes,
There
all
you
right,
go.
there we go.
She will have turned it off long before we
Well,
get to the part.
Luke from Florida says he'd like to offer his services as the first Beyond black belt. He's trained in Taekwondo for about 8 years and is testing for his 3rd degree black belt next month. He will train in the name of Beyond and hopefully win first place in the Orlando competition this summer in point sparring. Not to be denied in the same category of martial arts. Adam from Denmark said he'd like to join because he's been training in Kyokushin Karate, the style used by Jin Kazama from Tekken,
All
for
right.
more than 4 years, and he's ready to fight in the honor of Beyond.
Sweet.
That's it.
And finally,
she's-
no. Finally, but this,
Come on.
this is from our
I can see Roper scowling somewhere.
this is from our Beyond fencer,
Okay.
Ah,
Oh, I know
yes.
him.
who said that a team foil fencing tournament has begun where he goes to school. He entered his promise he entered to uphold his promise to promote the good word of Beyond and our honor. A couple of his fellow PlayStation fans and himself formed a team called the Floridors,
Nice.
and they competed in the first bout of the tournament, and they took an early lead and were able to hold onto it to grasp a narrow but decisive victory. The tournament only gets harder from here, so the Floridors and he will need the support of the entire Beyond Nation behind them.
You have my sword and my axe and my bow. That was
it.
Legolas.
I
In
think-
case you didn't.
Yeah, I
know.
got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Thanks for that.
I have,
Thanks for clearing
unfortunately,
that
sorry, I
up.
have to add one other thing.
Okay.
We all know Cold Comfort around here,
Oh,
right?
totally.
Yes.
Yeah, he's just writing in with an update about that Nike Plus challenge that he's been referring to in previous
the running.
episodes. Yes, it's more running, and apparently the PS3 team is still ahead of the 360 team by
Nice.
700 miles.
Nice.
Not
lot
all
of
of the
miles.
52 runners are from IGN, but Cold Comfort has gotten at least 2 other PS3 lobby users involved, including Hip Hop God and Jurest of Blue Skies. I don't know how to pronounce that, but
That's
Yeah.
good enough.
anyway, he's hoping to get a few more people signed up when the weather warms up. Sounds like he's doing a fine job in the name of Beyond as well.
Indeed.
Awesome.
And we will
Good
get
job,
to
Leo.
other ones in the upcoming weeks because we're trying to catch up. But remember, to be instilled in the Beyond
Picks.
Athletics Department
Picks.
or Beyond University, there has to be picks. And we will
Really,
get to
we've
all
only-
of them.
I mean, we've only had the official confirmation of Big Balla, the turtle, and the fencer, right?
We've had a few others.
Oh, okay.
We have had a few others.
They've rolled in.
They bro-
The baby.
Yes.
Official baby.
But,
of the podcast.
yeah. But we do need picks.
All right.
So send them in.
I don't have a
that was the
special.
longest mail
I
call
know.
of all time.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
it was good though.
Yeah, it was
Special
definitely-
segment
It was
liar.
catch up.
Anybody got anybody call out? This kid keeps IMing me and personal messaging me, wanting me to call out his cousin. I read the story today. I'm not doing it. It's like the kid, cousin sounds like he's 7. If that's a real person, he's got enough problems. Anyways, so no liars.
No liar. All right.
And so tournament winners, Ron?
Yeah, actually, well, Beast didn't send me one for today, but I missed one from like a week or 2 back
Okay.
where when they played Buzz Quiz TV, I must give
Good game.
recognition to Bids99, who won the PS3 Community Challenge. Congratulations.
Yay,
Bids.
Biz!
Woo!
99.
Biz 99 on the
Bids.
online.
No, DS, not Z.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Are we? okay.
Bids.
Yeah.
Bids.
Not biz.
Not bids.
Oh yeah, and there was one last really
I
quick
haven't done
comment thing, which wasn't like necessary for a mail call. There was somebody who was asking me about MLB 09 voice chat or something like
Yeah, I
that,
saw
and
that.
unfortunately, I can't tell you because I haven't seen the game yet.
Wah, wah.
So whenever I do see the game, like I might have a report for you maybe next week, but I can't tell you until then.
Another quick thing about mail call. A lot of people we've been slacking. Beyond at IGN.com or the message boards.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
best way to
Yeah,
send
that's
us
the easiest way to do
No,
it.
I do get
Beyond
requests
at
about that.
IGN.com.
All right.
Oh, one last business thing as a quick
Yes.
teaser for next week. Monday, we're going to have an exclusive first look at a game that's going to be coming out a little bit later on, possibly the tail end of this year to most likely beginning of next year.
Okay. I'm excited.
It's super.
Pins and needles, my friend.
Good, Jeff.
Tingly tangly.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
survive
this
everything?
Is very entertaining.
All right.
It's better than a day in the office.
You want
There you go.
you want
It's
to
a
pitch
day in your
anything?
office.
You want to pitch anything at your blog other than what we? I mean, we already talked about this week a little bit. What's coming today and everything. What about down the line? Anything?
Well, actually, yeah, we're going to be debuting later today. In fact, I think by the time this airs,
Probably.
the Killzone TV ad. So you'll
Yeah,
be able to see that.
Yay, all
I
right.
know you all have been asking for it, and
Yes.
it looks good. It's really cool. They did a great job with it, and that'll be up on the blog by the time you hear this.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Yay.
All right, then that's another show in the books, folks. Roper will be back with Hot Chocolate next week.
Ooh.
Jeff, the good Jeff. We end every show with
I don't
a
mind
song.
being bad, Jeff.
Would
Evil
you
Jeff.
like to pick the song and we will sing
Or
it?
would you like to sing it?
Or yeah, you can sing it totally. We usually try to drop Beyonds in it.
Ooh, how?
And
I
I'm
wasn't
I can
prepared
al-
for
I
this.
can always
Yeah,
do
I know.
beats for you if
Yeah.
you
Can,
need
can
a
we
beat.
can we can we
We
do
can
like a
freestyle.
Beyond Patapon? I mean, is that even
Oh,
like
there you go. That's not
possible?
bad.
Peta beyond.
Pat the Beyond.
Alright, is this
Pon,
the-
Peta beyond.
Pon.
Pon beyond. Pon beyond. Chicka 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 beyond. Peta beyond. Peta beyond. Peta beyond. Chicka 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 beyond.
Roper is gone. Jeff doesn't pee his pants.
Pon beyond. Beyond.
Oh God, I forgot to stop it.
Run it!